Madonna and Lady Gaga, friends or foes? Madonna and Lady Gaga are today one of the biggest pop icons in the music industry, yet you probably never knew they have been feuding. In fact, the two have been feuding since a very long time, a decade to be precise. But what is the situations like today? How did the two react to each other, and are they beefing to this very day? Let's find out. Born This Way began it all. The two singers began feuding when Lady Gaga released her hit Born This Way in 2011. The popular single immediately drew comparisons to Madonna's Express Yourself. This wasn't the first time Gaga has been accused of borrowing heavily from Madonna's style and sound. Her embrace of Catholic imagery, LGBTQ shoutouts, and cone bras all bear similarities to Madonna's past works. But it was the first time either starlet has addressed the comparisons directly. Madonna told ABC News, "I thought this is a wonderful way to redo my song. I mean, I recognize the chord changes. I thought it was interesting. I certainly think she references me a lot in her work," she continued. "And sometimes I think it's amusing and flattering and well done." Shortly after, Gaga called the comparisons moronic. If you put the songs next to each other, side by side, the only similarities are the chord progression, she told NME. "It's the same one that's been in disco music for the last 50 years. Just because I'm the first effing artist in 25 years to think of putting it to top 40 radio, it doesn't mean I'm a plagiarist. It means that I'm effing smart. Sorry." Months later, Gaga admitted that Madonna is a wonderful influence on her career. "It's all down to her that I'm able to do what I do," she told the Daily Mirror. Madonna rehashed the controversy in 2015. Everything was quiet between these two for a few years until 2015 when Madonna decided to raise Lady Gaga, copying her again. "The only time I ever criticized Lady Gaga was when I felt that she blatantly ripped off one of my songs," she told Rolling Stone. "It's got nothing to do with she's taking my crown or she's in some space of mine. She has her thing," she said. She also was disappointed with social media for making this such a big issue and stating that she and Lady Gaga were feuding. Lady Gaga wanted to piss off Madonna. Gaga initiated a fan fury when she addressed the feud head-on in a 2016 interview with Attitude magazine. "I have to be really honest, I was completely kind of floored that Madonna was singing my song on her stage every night," Gaga said, as reported by HuffPost. Lady Gaga also raised eyebrows when she said she wanted to be bigger than Madonna one day. "All it meant to me was that Madonna Ciccone was singing my song on her stage, and I'm 27. And as a punk rocker from New York, I've basically been hoping that I would become so good that one day I would piss off Madonna." This quote is still a sore spot for Madonna's fans, who believe Gaga was exposing herself as having bad intentions. Raising eyebrows again. In her 2017 Netflix documentary, Gaga 5'2", Lady Gaga expressed some conflicting viewpoints on the Madonna controversy. The Joanne singer facilitated between admirations for Madonna and frustrations with her apparently shady actions. "Telling me that you think I'm a piece of shish through media is it's like a guy passing me a note through his friend. My buddy thinks you're hot," Gaga says. "Were your buddy effing throwing me up against the wall and kissing me? I just want Madonna to effing push me up against a wall and kiss me and tell me I'm a piece of shish." Later in the documentary, you can see the singer briefly joke about her feud with Madonna again while visiting her grandma. A younger photo of Lady Gaga is shown from high school when she was known as Stephanie Germanotta, before she had braces, and a visible gap is seen in the singer's front two teeth. "Hey, if I had kept that gap, then I would have had even more problems with Madonna," Gaga said. Madonna, of course, famously has a gap between her two front teeth. All this while it seems like the two are going at one another, but is there a closure to the drama between these two? Well, in 2019, Madonna finally spoke out about chatter that Lady Gaga is her enemy. In a new interview with British Vogue, Madonna suggested that decade-long rumors of a rivalry between them were blown out of proportion because people wanted to believe them. "People got very excited about the thought of Lady Gaga and myself as enemies, and we never were enemies," she told the magazine, which also described her as sighing at society's tendency to pit women against each other. And it's pretty undeniably true that fans and media alike tend to latch onto the narrative of rivalry between women, whether it exists or not. The Vogue article also states that Madonna has not felt particularly supported by women throughout her career, and she's quoted as saying she doesn't have current role models. "There are no living role models for me. she said, because nobody does what I do, and that's kind of scary. I can look back at women who I think were great and amazing, freedom fighters like Simone de Beauvoir or Angela Davis, but they didn't have kids. Being a single parent of 6 children, I continue to be creative and be an artist and be politically active, to have a voice, to do all the things that I do. So I mean, there isn't anybody in my position. Absolute queen. Well, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for